Today I'm going to be sharing some tips on how to combine two photos into one magical acrylic painting. This painting is perfect for beginners, so grab your brushes and let's get started. First off, you might be tempted to sketch your subject directly onto your blank white canvas with the pencil and paint around it. That works for oils, but acrylics, they dry lightning fast, and painting around your sketch can leave your background looking patchy. Here's the game changer. Paint your background first. Start with what's furthest back and layer forward. It's like building a sandwich. The background is your bread and everything else stacks on top. Trust me, this trick makes your life so much easier. For brushes, I'm obsessed with Taklon bristled brushes for applying the paint. Then for that dreamy, smooth blend, grab a clean, dry makeup powder brush. Yep, you heard me. These babies are better than art store mop brushes. They don't shed, usually cost under $10, and blend like a dream. Keep them clean and dry for smoothing out brushstrokes, not for applying the paint. That is the secret to a flawless finish. Now let's talk prep. Instead of drawing directly onto your canvas and dealing with messy eraser marks, draw your subject onto tracing paper. Then use transfer paper to get a clean, professional outline on your canvas. Just like that, your painting is already looking more polished. Next, let's paint the wooden shelf our jar is sitting on. I mixed Mars Black and red oxide for a rich brown, adding white for highlights. Paint this now so that you can blend these lines into the jar without messing up the landscape. Pro tip, extend the wood grain lines behind the jar, no gap. This makes it look like the jar is sitting naturally on the shelf, instead of the shelf kind of working its way around the jar. Time for the fun part, the landscape. Start with a glowing sky. I blended titanium white into yellow and then added a touch of the same teal from the background. This creates the illusion of a sky and also the transparency of the jar showing the wall behind it. Now, brace yourself. This next step looks horrendous at first. We're laying down a base color for our future highlights. Focus on the shapes, the rocks, the plants, the mountains, and the road. Don't worry if it's not pretty yet. It's all about layering with acrylic. Once it's dry, we'll add the magic with lighting and colors. Are you enjoying this lesson? Do you want to follow along in real time, brushstroke by brushstroke? Head over to patreon.com/Lachri, where for as little as $6 a month, you get access to this and over 400 of my other long-form lessons. That's a lot of lessons for not a lot of dollars. Let me help you take your work to the next level. Speaking of colors, let's talk flowers. I want vibrant magenta blooms, but painting the magenta straight onto a dark background? Nope, that'll disappear. Here's the hack. Paint the grass and the flowers white first. Titanium white is super opaque and creates the perfect base for your bright colors to pop. Once that white is dry, it is time to glaze. Glazing is like tinting a window. You add translucent color over the white to let the details shine through. Thin your paint with a bit of water, then brush on the yellows and greens for the bushes, and then magenta for the flowers. Don't worry if this color spills over the dark areas. The glaze only pops over the white. For extra pizzazz, mix a little white with the magenta and dot that over the flower tops for highlight, leaving some of the dark magenta peeking through for depth. Pro tip, when you're glazing, you typically don't want to use white. It's too opaque and it's going to give you a foggy look. When we're glazing here, we just want to tint the color. We want a nice, vibrant color, so save the white for our highlights, not for the glazing portion. For the jar's lid, start with a medium gray, then add white for highlights and black for the shadows. Want it to look shiny? Don't overblend. That's the key. Keep those lights and darks sharp. Here's the best part. Your landscape doesn't need to be a masterpiece to wow your viewers. The jar's shine steals the show. To nail that glossy look, Add black streaks for shadows, then soften them slightly with a damp brush while that paint is still wet. Just 1 or 2 brush strokes. Do the same with your white highlights. Then finish it with thick, opaque white for the brightest highlights. That jar will look so shiny it will practically glow. Do you want to paint this with me in real time, brushstroke by brushstroke? Head over to patreon.com/Lachri, where for just $6 a month you get this, plus over 400 other lessons to keep you creative. Let me help you take your work to the next level. Did you enjoy this video? I've got a ton of other acrylic painting tips that you can start applying right now to your own work in this next video.